So folks, we've made it through the second and third day of the freeze here in Georgia Zone 8A. I made it through with my plants. Let's go take a look. And since I'm on lunch break, I don't have that much time. By the time I get off work, it's going to be pitch black out. So, and I have to do this part of my garden and the back part. So far, so good. Yes, my broccoli. That right there. That's what I was worried about. So, of course, the cabbage still looks good. Really was not at all worried about the cabbage. They're actually sticking up good. And this was the one thing over here I was worried about. This broccoli head. It's a decent size, but it's not quite ready. But that's grocery store size. Think about that, folks. That's grocery store size. How big will this thing get before I harvest it? It might get twice as big. I don't know, but I'm going to let it grow. But just think about it. If you grow on your own, you're not even going to pick that yet. You're not going to harvest it. You're going to wait until it gets a really good size, and then you're going to get it. Now here's some smaller ones out here, and they're doing just fine. That one there, comparison, that's my finger. Can I compare the sizes? Of those last three, this is my largest one. And the first one I showed you is my absolute largest one. But this one's, coming along, still small. None of the plants look like suffered. This one looks like it may have suffered. I don't know why that's so light green right there, those spots. But it's still good. The head is still tight. I don't see any signs of frost burn. That little baby's up in there. So, yeah, very happy about that. This is a different variety. The leaves are flopping down a little bit, but the plant is still alive. So not concerned at all about that. So let's race along to the rest of the garden in the backyard. So if you haven't been with me before, this is my back garden. So my main garden. I started taking some tarp off over there. It didn't just fly off, but I realized I need to grab my camera so I can at least record it. So I did record what I did to get my garden prepared. And of course, the first step to get my garden was prepared for the frost was to plant frost hardy or cold hardy vegetables, frost resistant vegetables. You can't put a tomato plant out here and expect it to survive, but you can put good greens out here and they will survive if you put the right ones out here. Anyway, so since I'm still on lunch break, let me go on and do this. So one part of my plan with this part of the back of my garden is kind of like what I do at the front. Up there I had bricks that I use, or bricks that I help use to keep the tarp down. I use these clips for this, and to help put them along certain areas. And the tarp didn't fly off. So let's take a look. I think it's going to be pretty good. Oh wow, this is beautiful. This is exactly what I needed. I've spent the last couple months talking about growing cold hardy vegetables, because I do garden year round. It's not just a summer garden for me. It's year round, growing your own food. So when next time you go to the grocery store, think about that. You can grow your own food. So I'm not trying to come out here like a parent or big brother, big sister, uncle, and tell you what to do. But every time you go into the store and buy some fruit or vegetables, don't you get a little angry at the prices? I mean, I do too. This is not providing me with all of my food, all of my fruits, all of my vegetables, because right now the fruit trees are barren. But I did dehydrate some fruit, so I have food inside that I can ignore the grocery stores and things. Just the thing. So enough of preaching. Let me show you the vegetables again. If you didn't see my previous video, broccoli. Yes, I had broccoli inside. I have more over here. Plenty of broccoli. This whole row right here. Oh, that's broccoli. This here. And also these guys here. These I was a little worried about because they're small. But these are some last minute seedlings I had. So I popped these in. I had, and that's collard greens. This is kohlrabi. I had a couple here, but something ate it, and it wasn't me. More kohlrabi. I just stepped on that one. Bok choy. And I always worry about the small plants, but sometimes the small plants actually do well if they're frost resistant. This is some blue curly kale, and no, it's not blue. See how that got eaten on? I kind of want to set a trap out here, but I get the feeling that whatever's out here is probably too small to get caught in the trap. So here's the rest, and this is what I uncovered earlier before I grabbed my camera. It's turnips. Probably about 5 turnip plants here. So the turnips are there. More curly kale here. Swiss chard. More collard greens. This here is tatsoi, mustard. Here, collard greens. Just some leftover seedlings I had. Probably collard greens, Swiss chard. I got cabbage here, some purple cabbage here, more bok choy. How much bok choy can a guy have? Well, you'll see. You shall see. More cabbage. This here's a random bed of stuff. Swiss chard, some lettuce. I think I have onions up in here also because I didn't have a lot of other plants left. They were big enough. And onions throughout this bed here. Maybe, I think it's planted maybe 12. Not worried about the them being small, not at all. Onions here, so it's scattered around. Some more cabbage here. Might be. I have it marked red mammoth cabbage, but it doesn't seem like a real cabbage. I might have mixed up my seeds before I planted these out. So more lettuce, young lettuce at that. Black seeded Simpson. More lettuce. So very happy about that. So on lunch break, I'm running out of time. My microphones are messed up, and I'm running out of storage in my phone. So I'm going to turn the camera off and uncover this and show you what I got under here, because you're going to be very happy and maybe even surprised to see what I have. So everything survived. Nothing got messed up. The bok choy, the cabbage, the tatsoi mustard. Look at that. That's a pretty plant, and it tastes good too. I love these guys. They go great. I know some people use them in stir fries. I just put them in salads. So yeah, this one's looking a little funky, but I only looking funky because I harvested some off of it. But that's okay. That one had some damage before the frost. I don't know what's going on with that one, because that one, better have this one. I think that one's planted much later though. So much of the same as far as vegetables, much of the same as far as how they turned out. Look at that. Purple broccoli head. There's not much color in the garden this time of year except for green. A little bit of red from the Swiss chard. More purple broccoli here. And of course, she has some more seedlings I'm going to put out. So as I was about to say, those seedlings I had over there, they're still in little small little seedling trays, pots, whatever. Those will be going into the ground over by my probably where my broccoli is. I'm going to put them in there next week because the broccoli will be ready. Some of them will be ready within the next couple weeks or so, and I want something in there to replace those plants so I don't have bare soil. Even though I have all those leaves over there, that's a space I can grow food. So I'm going to keep growing food until, hey, forever. Or where there's one more gardening area I didn't show you, but I'm gonna have to get inside and I'll get that filmed tomorrow. And just in case I forget, because I'm working and I have to leave town right after work, I'll get a video done for you. Now let's get out there and get a little dirty. Yeah. Oh, I guess I should mention that the quail did just fine. Think of these guys as any other outdoor bird. These guys can survive outside in the heat and in the cold. Look at that. Somebody left me an egg.